I'm going to show you how to set up the Xim Matrix on your PC for mouse and keyboard and controller. I'm going to show you the full breakdown step by step on how to connect it, how to set up the Xim manager so your configurations can work. I'm going to break down everything for you guys. The first thing that I do want to tell you guys, if you want one-on-one support, if this video is kind of confusing and it doesn't help you out, we do one-on-one calls in our VIP. It's down below in the description. I'm going to put some testimonials on the screen right now from what people have been saying. It really helps, but this video will go over everything, guys. The first thing we're going to do is kind of explain how to set up your Xim Matrix, and then we're going to do the controller first and then the mouse and keyboard after. Okay, we're gonna have some timestamps as well down below in the video that you guys can see. Now, first things first, let's break down what you need to first connect your Xim after the firmware update. And guys, if you don't know how to do your firmware update, that video will be linked down below in the comments. Okay, you need to do the firmware update first. Okay, so you're gonna grab your device. Okay, you're gonna need a USB type C. So this is a USB type C that can plug into the slot that says C. Okay, you see this part here? I don't know if I can show you guys. It says C. This is plugged into my PC. I'm going to plug it into my Xim. Okay. At the same time, I'm going to grab my Xim manager and I'm going to open up Xim manager and watch it connect. Okay. I'm going to turn on my screen recording as well right now so you guys can see my phone. Okay. So now you guys can see my phone is here. I'm going to open up a new configuration. So load new config. And we're going to start off with the controller. Okay. So right now, guys, my Xim is plugged into my PC. We're going to search up Black Ops 6. You're going to scroll to the right until you see PC. Now, guys, if you're using the controller, the input, you're going to swipe until you see gamepad. And if you're using a PS5 controller, it doesn't really matter which controller you're using. You're just going to swipe over here until you see controller PC. Okay, that is how you're going to set up the PC controller for Xim Matrix. You're going to click New and let it add the configuration. It's going to be flashing a little bit. That's completely normal. Now, after that is done, let it just add the configuration, and then we're going to connect the controller. Give it a second, let it load, Okay, perfect. Now we're going to click no, and then we're going to click this thing on the left side over here. The next step, guys, is going to be connecting your controller. So I have my PS5 controller over here. I'm going to plug in the USB part over here, and then I'm going to plug in the controller at the number 3 slot. You'll see the right next to the USB-C part was plugged into our PC. You'll see the USB over here. And plug it in. Okay, now you're gonna put it down. Now I'm actually gonna go back to my Xim and I'm gonna move my controller, and you're gonna see it's gonna show the input on the Xim manager. This is super important that you guys know that your controller is connected. Now the next thing we're gonna do, guys, is gonna go into Call of Duty because we're good, we're connected. Now I'm gonna show you that it works in Call of Duty. So guys, let's open up Call of Duty. Let's press circle, and as you can see, guys, you might initially have some errors with moving your right stick. So you see I can't move my right stick. Okay, we're gonna head over here and let's make sure everything is set up correct. Maybe do this. Switch to advanced editing experience for sure. And everything looks good. So I press, see where the thing on the left next to the joystick, I press that. And let's click save and save it. And now we should be good. Okay, for some reason it's not moving. I think maybe our PC is, our settings are messed up in our game. Yeah. Our input device is on mouse, it's put on controller. Yeah, now we're good. Okay, now, as you can see, if you don't turn off the gyro movement, if you aim down sight, if you move your stick, it's gonna like move. So now mine is not moving, which is good. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna tell you guys is one thing you definitely need to do is probably watch the in-game settings video. I'm not gonna go over all my in-game settings right now, but you will feel a little bit more heavier on your right stick when you connect your Xim Matrix to your controller. That's on any console. Now you can adjust it by heading over to the settings over here and increasing your thumbstick hip aim on the ADS and hip aim. Paste my VIP configuration so you guys can see the configs actually work. So if you're part of my VIP community, you're simply going to copy the configuration. You're gonna click the arrow at the left. You're gonna scroll down and click paste. Okay, you're gonna paste the full config applied. Then you're gonna click the back arrow and click yes. Now, as you can see over here, it's going to say slide cancel hip. Now, if I press circle, tap it, it's going to slide cancel for me. Okay, you clearly see it. I'll show you some of the anti-recoil to show you that this works. As you can see, no recoil. Now, we'll pull a little bit to the right or left, just depending on if the gun has recoil. I have a very low recoil class setup. You definitely want to use guns that have lower recoil in general. But, like you clearly saw, I mean, like it's crazy, guys. No recoil. And if I press the up D-pad twice, it'll turn off slide cancel in case people just don't want to use slide cancel. So Super, super cool configuration. And this is kind of how you set it up for the controller. Obviously, we'll be having more updates as well for the controller and stuff. But now, guys, I'm going to show you set it up for mouse and keyboard, which is pretty much the same. It's so simple, guys. We're going to go over that right now. Let's get into it. Now, to connect your mouse and keyboard, okay, you're going to grab a separate mouse and keyboard and simply plug the mouse into the slot number 1. You're going to see it's slot number 1 because there's going to be 1 dot. On the other side, you're going to plug in your keyboard. The top is going to be plugged into your PC, okay, guys? That is the entire setup. Now, on the Xim Matrix Manager, I already have my config set up, but I'm going to open up a new one. So, new config. You search up the game you want to play, Black Ops 6. You're going to scroll to the right. You'll see PC game. You're just going to swipe over here until you see controller PC. You're going to click new. Okay, guys, I know obviously like this might be a little bit confusing. You may have made a mistake. There might be some connection errors. If anything is not connecting, plug and then unplug it. Okay, guys, like don't make it confusing for yourselves. Now I'm going to open up the COD, okay, because this is now connected. And the next step that you guys are going to want to do is click the left arrow on the pencil. Now look, guys, super important. Your DPI, if it's really high, look, I'll show you. Look, let me go back into the game. Find the game over here. Obviously, well, first things first, it's going to connect right away. Okay, there's going to be no problem with connections. Okay, no problem. But as you can see, my mouse is not moving, man. Like, I had the in-game settings. It's just not moving, right? Look, you want to go to your DPI. And you want to match the DPI on your mouse. I believe I'm at a 400 DPI. I think. Pretty sure. Anyways, I set it to 400. You can switch to advanced settings. Always switch to advanced settings and keep everything the same here. You can turn right, and I can keep everything at 35. That's fine. Okay, let's set it to 400 to DPI and click yes. Now, guys, let's go to the game. And as you can see, look at it. Smooth. Butter smooth, guys. Buttery. Look at this. Look at this. Like, it is extremely smooth. Now, you have to keep in mind, guys, there's going to be aim assist, okay? So, it's not going to be the same as mouse and keyboard on your PC or how you regularly play mouse and keyboard. All right, there's going to be in-game aim assist. So when people say, oh, but it's kind of like glitchy and it's not smooth. Well, dude, obviously, like what do you expect? You have aim assist on the mouse and keyboard, so it's not gonna feel, amazing. But guys, that's how you set it up, man. It's so simple. The config is gonna take a couple extra days for mouse and keyboard on PC, but it will be done ASAP, guys. And with that being said, that's all from me, man. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. If you're struggling with the Xim Matrix and your gameplay doesn't look like the one that I'm showing you right now, guys, check out my VIP community. We have 2 tiers. The first tier is gonna give you configurations and tutorials. The second tier is if you want one-on-one support setting up your Xim Matrix from scratch. We can do a one-on-one call. It doesn't matter what device you're on. It doesn't matter if you're on controller, mouse, and keyboard. We will set up your Xim Matrix from point A to point B, and we will make sure everything is working correctly, guys. Check it out, man. I'm telling you right now, we've had hundreds of people who really enjoyed the service. I hope to see you guys down there.